Hey guys, this is Faizan and welcome to today's session on common errors while programming in Java. So before I start, can you guys quickly confirm in the chat if I'm audible or not? Is everything okay? Just quickly write it in the chat. Yes, no. Can you hear me? Can you see my slide? Can you see the pointer over here? If everything is okay, just quickly write it in the chat. And in the meanwhile, let me give you a quick tour of how our academy looks like. So just go into your browser, type in Great Learning Academy. The first link that is there, just click on it. It will redirect you to this page. Now here is where the all fun is. Okay, so over here you have the career path option, and in this you can directly go in IT and software. We have different career paths available. Software developer, if you're looking for a front-end developer, if you're looking for an information and security engineer, so these are all the paths available. And if you're looking for career transformation programs, we have courses on different domains, right? If you see over here, data science is there, AI and machine learning is there, management is there, cybersecurity is there, and software development. If I click on it, we have affiliations with IIT Roorkee, so we have triple IITH Hyderabad, IIT Madras, right? So all of these courses, all of these PG courses are available, and we also have an MCA degree program. Okay, so this is from the paid side of it. Okay, if you're looking for something which is absolutely free, you can just click on IT and software. I'm dealing with right now with IT and software. We have different domains available, different courses available on different domains as well. You can see over here, cybersecurity, cloud computing, all of these courses, right? So if you're looking for something which is especially in IT and software, you just click on this and it will show you the courses which are absolutely free. So you just click on data structures and algorithms. Once you click on it, and you will get an option over here to enroll. Just click on it and enroll yourself. These are the things that are going to be covered in this particular course, right? And you will get a certification which is completion certificate. And here will this is something which it looks like something like this. Okay, and plus you can also go for front-end development, where that is HTML, CSS, and all of these courses are absolutely free. If you're looking for something which is in Hindi, right, we also have courses in Hindi as well. Just if you go on this side, and you will see over here we have courses in Hindi, and these are all the courses that are available. Okay, if you can see Python programming, Python for machine learning, right, C++, React is there, R is there, AWS is there. All of these courses are absolutely free, and they are all in Hindi. Okay, plus if you in order to get that completion certificate, you need to answer 6 questions correctly out of 10. Okay, so, and obviously it will vary from course to course. Okay, now if you're looking for these live sessions that currently I am taking on errors in Java, tomorrow there will be a session on HTML and CSS for beginners in Hindi, right? And this is a live session, and it is going to be tomorrow 12 p.m. Okay, so we have all, if you want to see all the live sessions that are scheduled or that has been that are done already, you can view them over here in this tab. Okay, now without further ado, let's get started with our session. So today we are going to deal with these common errors that we have while we are programming in Java. Okay, guys, quickly, can you give me a confirmation if everything is okay? Can you, I didn't had any confirmation. Just write a yes or no in the chat box. Quickly, guys, a simple yes, no. Can you all hear me, guys? Any one of you? Just quickly write a yes or no. Confirmation will be great, guys, so that we can, any one of you can quickly write a yes in the chat. Okay, great. So now the first thing, let's try to make this session as interactive as possible. If you can see over here, this is the first example. There may be an error, there may or may not be an error. Okay, so we are not sure if there is an error or not. Now let's try to debug this program and let's see what is an error. Can anyone tell me what is this, what will be the error in this program, in this simple program? These are all interview questions. Every now and then these questions will be asked, and this is just to check the is your concept, are you conceptually strong in this language or not. So quickly, this is a simple class demo, and in this we have the main method, which is our driver function right over here. and in this we have defined two variables and then we are printing out. Can anyone tell me what is the error and or what will be the error in this case, or there will be no error? You can just quickly tell me guys in the chat. If you can see over here, this is number 1, right? And this is written as num1 and it is an integer number and 10 is stored in it. Then there is another integer number which is declared, which is num2, and 20 is stored in it, right? Num has no var defined. So obviously the data type is there for both num1 and num2. Yes, exactly, Ayushi. So sum is not being defined, has not been defined. So the error that you will be getting is this error. So cannot find the symbol, and it says that sum, and the arrow will be pointing to this sum, and it will say that this sum cannot be, we cannot find this symbol, and in this again it will say cannot find the symbol. Now why is it showing two errors? Because we are using it in two places. First is over here and second is over here. So that is why we are getting these two errors. Okay, is it clear guys? Yes, exactly, sum is not being declared. And the error, the type of the error is that you will be getting is cannot find the symbol. Okay, cool. So now let's move ahead with our next question. Okay, so what will be or will there be an error in this case or not? Okay, quickly. So we again have this class demo over here, and we have defined this driver function over here, and then we have these num1 and num2, and then we are adding them, then we are printing it. Is there any error in this? Quickly guys, I'm trying to make this session as interactive as possible, so just keep interacting with me guys in the chat, so it is moreover a two-way session rather than me teaching and you guys learning. It should be a two-way session. Okay, quickly guys, I'm monitoring your chat as well, so anything, if you have any questions regarding this or anything else, you can ask them in the chat. Okay, don't worry about. Okay, most of you are saying that this will not, there will be no error in this. Okay, okay, Payal is saying yes. Okay, okay, yes, there is an error. Payal, what is the error? Yes, exactly, exactly, Kisan. So the semicolon is not present at the end. Now you will be getting this error, which is stated as the semicolon expected, that this is expected, and the error is in this line, that is line number 5. So basically these are nothing but your lines 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this 5 over here represents that it is in the line number 5, and this is the type of error that you will be getting. Okay, yes, correct. So far we have studied two errors. One is cannot find the symbol, which is obviously related to when you have not defined your variables, and then when you are getting this kind of an error, which is semicolon expected, obviously it should be quite obvious to you guys that the semicolon is missing somewhere, or okay, it can be anywhere, right? And plus the line number will also be there, so that it is easy for you to understand where the error is. Okay, done. Now let's go ahead and try to see is there, if there is any error in this problem, okay, in this program that is over here. Quickly guys, so again we have this class demo over here, and we have this main function, which is our driver function. Then we have defined these two variables 10 and 20, then we are adding them, then we are printing them. Is there any error in this question? Quickly guys, just keep on interacting. Yeah, correct. Most of you no errors, you got the point, right? Why Ganeshwar there was no error? Okay, yes, Payal is correct, and system.out, it is not present in system. Okay, 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 yes, Payal, correct, after SOP, yes, correct. Okay, now example 3. Quickly, what will be the error in this case? Quickly guys, so think of this session as in session wherein we will start from simple errors, then we will gradually and slowly go on to work around with much more complex ones. Okay, okay, typecasting error. Okay, some data type is different. Okay, okay, no error. Okay, Harsha says no error. Okay, Harsha, there is an error, and the error that you will be getting is incompatible types, possible lossy conversion. Now, what does this mean? Basically, this is something that I want to discuss in a little bit detail. So, why is this is a possible lossy conversion? Why it is written this thing? Now, whenever you see this type of error, it means that there is a container which can store 8 liters of water, right? And there is a container which can store 4 liters of water. Okay. Now, if you want to, and this is a water, and there is a water, and it is full. This container is full, right? And we are trying to pour down this the water from this container to this container. Obviously, it will store 4 liters, but after that, it will overflow. Now, this is what we mean by possible lossy conversion. Now, why possible? Because there can be a case wherein in this 8 liter of whatever is the size of this, you have only occupied 4 liters of water. You have only stored 4 liters, and in that case, there will not be an overflow, right? So that is why it is a possible lossy conversion, and this happens when you are trying to, obviously now the size of double is much more, right? It is somewhere around 8 bytes, right, of data that you can store in a double, and in integer you can store 4 bytes. So again, you are trying to convert, right? Obviously this is 10, and this is again a double, this is again a double. Now you are trying to store them inside this sum, which is of size 4. So that is why it states that this is a possible lossy conversion, and this is an incompatible type error that you will be getting. So you will be getting this error. Correct. Okay. So now this is the error that you will be getting on this line 4. So you will again state 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is where you are getting this error. Okay. So again, this is nothing but your name of the class, and then it is in Java, obviously. So demo.java is the name of the class, then line number 4, and this is the type of the error that you will be getting, and this is the line number, and this will state that okay, in this line you will be having this error. Is this clear, guys? Quickly confirm. You understood why it is known as possible lossy conversion. Okay, so over here it is nothing but your conversion. Okay. Possible lossy conversion. Okay, is this thing clear? Okay, great. Shall I move ahead quickly, guys? So far, let me just do a quick recap. So first we understood this cannot find the symbol, which is obviously when the variable has not been defined. Then we understood when something is missing, like the semicolon is missing at the end, then it will say this is expected, right? This is the second type of error. Then the third type of error is when you're trying to convert something and there is a lossy conversion. Okay, that means some of the data might get you might be losing some data. Okay, great. Now this is something which is known as incompatible types. Okay, now let's move ahead with this the next problem quickly. So in this is a little bit much more we are adding some function over here. Basically, this is one more method over here, which is sum. Okay, and then over here we have this driver method over here, which is our driver function or main method, right? And in this we have defined two variables, and then we are calling this function, and then we are printing out that sum quickly. Now what will be the output, or will there be an error in this program or not? Quickly, guys. Yes, no, or what is the error that you will be getting, or how many errors? If an examiner wants to make this much a little bit more complicated. Okay, so someone is saying if we have the score. Yes, you can attempt. Okay, Piyush, you can attempt. There's a set of attempts that you have. Okay, in every course. Like if you have there will be written how many attempts you can give. That will be stated in that course. Okay, return type error. Prashant Singh is saying return type error. Okay, Kishan is also saying the return type is there. Okay, Adil is also saying return type is there. Okay, now let's see how many errors we will be getting. We'll be getting 2 errors, guys. So first, obviously, one is that incompatible type, and then unexpected return value. Now, obviously, now what is happening over here? The return statement is written over here, but in this function we have stated that this will not be returning anything. That is what we mean by void, right? So we have this parameters passed and we are returning this value, but we have stated that this is void. So this is the first error that you will be getting, and it is in line number 4. Why? Because there are some spaces over here. Okay, so this is line number 1, 2, and then 3, then 4. Okay, so this is in line number 4, right? Now the second thing, one second. Now the second thing that is there, the error that you will be getting is incompatible types void cannot be converted into integer. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier, right? So basically you are expecting something to be returned over here. This is the first error, but it will return nothing. So here it will be having void. Now you are trying to convert this void into integer. So this is the next error that you will be getting. So there will be two errors, right? One is the unexpected return value, and another is of void cannot be converted into integer. Okay, is this thing clear? And it also states, they gives you this arrow kind of a thing. Okay, so there will be two errors. Is this thing clear, guys? Quickly guys. So here you have to be very careful about what you guys are doing, what is the program, and what. Not only this, you might be thinking, okay, this is the error and there will be no errors apart from this. So obviously now here you need to be careful. Okay, can we also see correct code along with? So obviously now if you want to correct this code, you just have to change this into integer. That's it. Okay, Adil. So you just have to change this thing. Instead of void, you should write integer. Okay, and in this example, you just change the return type of this to double. Okay, you just change the data type of this program into double. Then it will be sorted. There will be no error in this. And in the earlier example, just add the semicolon. You will not be getting this error. In the first example, so where it was saying cannot find the symbol, just declare your variable over here, right? Int sum. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is something that it can be done easily, right? Okay, great. So someone says, sir, please repeat once again. Okay, Harsha. So in this example, as you can see over here, there is something which I want to return over here. I'm returning something, but this function, this method says the return type of this method is void. Now I'm trying to return something which is obviously integer, because a and b both are integers, and integer plus integer will be an integer. So I should write integer over here, but this is the error that I have written void over here, and I'll be getting this error, that is unexpected return value. The next thing is that obviously now it will be returning void. Now over here, when it will be returning void, I'm trying to convert this void into integer. So again it will say incompatible type, void cannot be converted into integer. So that is why we have two errors. Now Adil was saying that it will be better if we have the correct program as well. Simply just return this with int, right? That return type is int, and that's it. Done. You don't have to change anything apart from this. Okay, cool. So now let's move ahead with the next example. Now can anyone tell me what is this program correct, or is there any error in this? So you have this class demo over here, and we have this method which is returning integer. Then we have these two variables, and then we are just printing out this sum. Okay, Amar Pujala says no error, sir. In this question, in example 5, are you talking about example 5 that there is no error in this? Yes or no? Quickly guys, just focus on this example. Just forget about anything else. Just focus on this example and see, is there any error in this example or not? Just write a simple yes, no. Method is not public. Okay, Adil says method is not public. Does it really help you? If you write a public, then does it really help? It's just an access modifier, public. So it can be, obviously if I'm writing by private, still it will work. If I'm writing public, still it will work, because I'm not using this program in any other different program, at least not in this case, right? So method should be static. Okay, Kishan says method. Some function is not being defined as public, maybe. Okay, Pile says okay. Integer num1 is not initialized. Num1 is initialized. Uh, who said it? Anand. Anand, num1 is initialized over here. Okay. 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 Cool. So now let's see. Non-static members cannot be accessed or cannot be referenced from a static. Someone said it. Kishan. Yes, correct. So obviously now this is a static method, and now you are accessing this method, which is a non-static. Now why does this happen? What is the beauty of this static keyword? Static keyword is you don't have to explicitly create an object, right? Create an object. If it is a non-static member, you need to create an object, and then with the help of that object, let's suppose obj dot sum, you need to call that. Okay, but over here we haven't written that, or we haven't written anything which is static, right? We haven't written static over here, and we are directly calling this sum over here. Is it possible? Is it possible? No, because we need to create an object. Because static members, now when I talk about static members, it can be both data members, that means your variables int a, b, c, both your data members as well as your member functions, that means obviously these methods, right? These are also known as member functions. Okay, so both, whenever something is defined as static, right? Static can't be used with no. Yes, Adil, yes, correct. So obviously now when I'm defining anything as static, static members do not belong to an object, they belong to a class. This is very important. Okay, okay, cool. So now the error that you will be getting is in line number 9, which is this line, and it will state that uh, non-static method, that is this method which is having two arguments, cannot be referenced from a static context, which is your main method, which is static. So it will throw you an error, and there will be only one error. Okay, quickly guys, just quickly confirm. So in the meanwhile, if someone has joined us, let me give you a quick recap. So first we went through on this example wherein something was not defined, the variable was not defined, and it said that cannot find the symbol. The second, unexpected, there was something which was missing, maybe a semicolon or maybe a variable which is not there. Okay, so it will say expected semicolon, okay, at the end. Then third was possible lossy conversion, when you're trying to convert one data type into another, but those data types are not compatible, and there will be a possible loss of values or possible loss of information, which is really what means by possible lossy conversion. The second example was unexpected return value. We are trying to return something, but the return type of that function is void. Now the fifth one, that static members cannot be, or non-static members cannot be accessed with a static member or static function. Okay, now let's move ahead with the next example. Okay, sir, please explain again. Ayushi Gupta says please explain again. So Ayushi, what is happening over here? This is a method which is static. Okay, and now this method, we cannot call a static method directly. We cannot call a non-static method directly from a static method. Now this is a static method, so you can directly call. If this is not static, we need to create an object and then call this sum. But over here, if you see, we are directly calling this with the help of its name, right? With the help of its with the help of its without creating an object, we are directly calling it, which is not possible, which will be only possible if this would have been a static. Okay, that is what is meant by non-static members cannot be referenced from a static. Okay, cool. So now let's move ahead with the next example. Now over here we have this static method over here, and then we have another driver function over here. We have this sum method over here, and then same thing. Quickly, will there be any error? Quickly guys, just observe it carefully. Try to analyze each and every line and see what is happening over here. Quickly guys. So we have this static method over here, okay, and then it is having two arguments, it is returning something. Then we have another method over here which is main method. In that we have defined two variables, then we are adding them, right, and then we are printing out the output. Quickly, guys, I'm continuously monitoring your chat. Thank you, Citrus. Thank you so much. Okay, Ayushi, great. Quickly, just confirm in the chat if there is any error. You don't have to be ashamed that if something if you're not giving the correct output or not. So this is something which we intend and we are trying to learn over here. So you don't have to worry about anything, right? If you don't know the answer, it's okay. Okay, Prashant, great. Prashant says no error. Okay. Anyone else? Logic, some logical error. That is okay. If there is a logical error, it is okay. But in this case, there is no logical error. Okay. So yeah. So error, sir. Okay. Ansh says error. What? Okay. Ansh, can you please explain what is the error? Sadhana says no error. Okay. Nishant says no error. Okay. So now, okay. Okay, cool. So now, can this statement be ever reached? Yes or no? Nothing will be executed after return. Okay. Okay, but is that an error, Kishan? What is the error that you will be getting? Can this statement, that is this SOP end of the method, can this statement be ever executed? Will we reach this statement ever? Yes or no? Just write a Y or a no or N, Y or N. No, correct? So this is the error. Okay, there is no other new. There is no any other, or you can say there is nothing apart from this. There is nothing. Okay, so obviously there's a return statement that is missing. Okay, there's one extra as well. So you see, this is for this, and this is for this. This is for this. Now, what is happening over here? You will be getting two errors. Okay, so one is that first is the unreachable statement. Okay, now this is the statement which is over here, which will never be reached. Okay, because you are already returning from this. And the next thing is that in line number 7, right, this is line number 5 and this is line number 7, this is line number 6, 7. Okay, so you just quickly let me quickly do a dry run of it. Okay, so it is easier for you guys. Okay, just a minute. So what is the error? Because there are two errors written, I'm not sure if this is a typo or this is a typo maybe. So I will open up my ID. Okay, simple ID, and we'll go into this and we'll simply have this over here. We'll print this sum over here. Okay, and in this is the ID. Okay, Geeks for Geeks ID, and in this let's write another method, public static. You can play around it, these things. Okay, let's return some value, int sum. Let's call this function as sum, and let's have two arguments, int a and int b. Okay, then we will be having this return statement over here, which is a plus b, that will be returning, and then we will write SOP println. Okay, system dot out dot println, and then basically let's write anything here, hello. Obviously we will not be reaching this statement, and then let's see what are the errors that we'll be getting. Okay, so we have over here this sum and we are trying to print out that result. So let's remove this line and we are directly calling this sum over here, and let's pass this num1 and num2 over here. Okay, fine. Is this thing clear? Let's run this thing. Yes, Ayushi, after return nothing will be executed. Okay, so we have everything in place. Okay, now let's try to run this. You see, first is the unreachable statement, then at line number 11, you see over here at line number 11, this is saying that this is missing. Why? Because after this nothing will be executed. Okay, so it is something like this. So if we haven't we have not anything, we have not we don't have this curly brace at the end, it will say that okay, in this case it will say illegal start of expression. Okay, just a minute. Let me just do this thing. See, in line number 11, let me just revisit this program again. I'm just writing this program again, and you see over here we have this missing return statement because of this uh, system.out.println. The return statement which is there has not been executed. Okay, cool. Now let's go back, and these are the two errors that you will be getting. Okay, unreachable statement, and after that it will state that missing return statement. Okay, is this thing clear, guys? Quickly, yes, no, maybe. These types of statements, right, the unreachable ones that you will be getting these kind of errors moreover when we are dealing with exception handling. Try catch, finally block will always be there, which will be executed. In that case, when you whenever you write try block, then there's a catch block, then there is some statement between those blocks, you will always get these type of errors. That is unreachable statement. This statement cannot be reached, something like that. Okay. Okay, cool, guys. Do you want me to repeat this? If yes, no, maybe, or do you want me to continue? Okay, let's continue. Once again, explain second error, please. Okay, Rohit. The second error that is over here, and that ID that we have already seen. Now there is something which is over here, which is says that, which is this, right? If you see, observe here carefully. Now this statement will not be executed. Okay, and this is something which is present in this function, right? This statement system.out.println hello, right? And this statement will never be reached because before that we are returning that in that function we are returning, but now it is expecting this curly brace at the end, which says that once the return statement is over, then there will be a curly brace. Now it is saying that, okay, if I'm not having this curly brace, that means I'm not returning correctly. Okay, that means it will not be that means you are not returning something which is correctly, so it says that the return value is missing, because in this function if the statement is not reached, that means the return is completed only when you have this curly brace over here. Okay, so let me just remove this line over here, and let me just remove, and let me just run this program. Now it will say expected this illegal start of the expression hello. So there are two errors, but both of them are in line number 10. Okay, so that means this line is an error because this is not associated with any program. Okay, but that error which was there, the return statement is missing, is gone. Why? Because return is completed when there is a curly brace at the end. Okay, apart from that, it will say always that return statement is something, there is an issue which is related to return statement. Okay, is this thing clear? uh Ansh, so can you tell me again unreasonable statement, unreachable, not unreachable statement, that this statement cannot be reached because we are returning our wherever is our pointer, right? We are returning it, and after that there is one statement which is not reached. This can never be reached. We cannot execute this, right? That is what we mean by unreachable statement. Okay, Ansh, Rohit, is this thing clear? Return is only completed when you have this curly brace at the end. That means your return is successfully, you're returning something from the function successfully. Okay, okay, great. Okay, now let's move ahead with the next problem, which is this. Quickly, what will be the error? So we have this main method over here, and in this we have defined an array, and then we are looping around the array, and that's it. This is another example over here. Okay, quickly, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Quickly, guys. Is there any error in this? Okay, out of bound error. Okay, Citrus says out of bound error. Okay, anyone else? Array out of bound. Okay, Abhijit, correct. No error, Rohit. Okay, I should be less than. Yeah, that should be the corrected version. Okay, input curly brace miss. Input curly brace miss. Prince says the curly brace is missing. Okay. Okay, no error, sir. Array index out. Okay, guys. So I have seen multiple answers from you guys. So let me just clarify one simple thing. If there is only one statement inside this for, then these curly braces are optional, guys. So that is why I can write over here from here that this is the for loop. But if there is only one statement, I can these curly braces are optional. If there are more than one statements, right? So let's suppose in this case there would have been again a system.out.println I, and I have written only this thing, right? I have written only this thing over here, right? This curly brace from this curly brace over here, and if I haven't written anything, then those will not be optional. Okay, I have to explicitly mention these things. Okay, now what else? So there is an array which is over here which contains 12, 45, 10 and 25. This is a static array. That means I have defined this whenever I'm creating my array, right? And then what I'm doing, there will be an indexing, right? We all know indexing starts from 0. Why? Because there's a the name of the array represents its base address, right? Now I'm looping around it. So I will say that whatever is at 0th of I, so the name of this array is num. So num of I, that means num of 0. So 12 will be printed. Num of, then I'm incrementing it. And I'm also checking the length of the array. So length of the array is nothing but 4. So I'm checking, is 0 less than 4? Yes, it is. Is 1 less than 4? Yes, it is. Is 2 less than 4? Yes, it is. Is 3 less than 4? Yes, it is. Is 4 less than 4? No, it is not, but it is equal to. So now we only have 4 variables, right? So we only have 4 elements in the array, which is 12, 45, 10 and 25. And then we are trying to access one more element, which is why we get this error, which is known as array index out of bound. Okay, so this is the array that will be getting array index out of bounds exception. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements will be printed, and after that you're trying to access some element which is not there. That means you're trying to access this location which is not there. So this is why you will be getting, after printing these 4 elements, you will be getting these errors. Okay, this you will be getting this error which is over here, which says that array index out of bound at line number 4. Okay, is this thing clear? At line number 4, not the index 4, at index 4. Okay, and it is present in line number 6, which is quite obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including this one, and then there is the 6th one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the line at 6. Okay. Okay, guys, quickly confirm in the chat, and if you want to rectify it, just simply remove this equal to sign. And earlier program, I haven't shown you the correct output, so let me just erase this thing. So just remove this statement, and then everything will be good. Okay. Prior to that, yeah, I told you to write static over here, and this will be also sorted. Okay, quickly, guys, is this thing clear? Just write a yes, no in the chat. Quickly, guys, is this question clear to you? Is this array index bound thing clear to you? Why this happened? And similarly, you can get string out of bound array as well. String index out of bound array error as well. Okay, for strings, it will work for both arrays as well as strings. Okay, quickly, guys, can you guys quickly write a yes? Yes, now code is working. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Now, what about this example? Quickly. So this is example 8, and in this I have written class demo class, and in this I have this main method over here, and in this main method I have this num1 and num2, and then I'm printing out this value. Quickly, guys, what will be the error? Quickly, guys. Okay, Rohit says error. And what is the error? Can't divide by 0. Correct. Arithmetic exception. Yes, correct, guys. So in this case, you will be having an error which is known as arithmetic exception error, because you're trying to divide something by 0. So if 0 is divided by anything which is, that is 0, that is absolutely fine. But if you're trying to divide a number by 0, that is something which is undefined. Okay, so that is why you will be getting an error. And now there is a simple hack for it, or you can say not a hack, but if you just write 2 over here and 1 over here, it will be sorted. You will get an output as, what will be the output, guys? In this case it will be 0. But if you want to work around this problem itself, then try to use a try catch block, and inside this try, you try to write your statement which will be having an error. And if that is true, if that try block is executed, you go into the catch, because this won't be executed, you will be getting error. You will not be, your program will not execute as a whole, right? If there are any other statements, let's suppose here you want to print SOP hello, right? System.out.println, you are trying to print hello after this statement, it will not be executed because you got this error over here. But if you want to work around it and you want to print this statement, then try to use try catch. Maybe in the next session I will have a session on common errors, or errors that you will be getting when you're dealing with exception handling. Okay, okay. But not in this session. Maybe if time allows us, I will show you how to work around those try catch as well, and finally block as well. Okay, so here it is a simple thing that you are dividing something by 0, and which is undefined, so that is why you will be getting this error. Okay, so arithmetic exception error. Okay, is this thing clear? This is quite simple, and you might have faced this problem more often than, yeah, most of you might have heard about this problem, or have faced this problem when you are trying to divide something. And when, if you have read exception handling, that this is the most common example then everyone can think of. Okay, anyone can think of. Okay, so now the next example, quickly, guys. So you have this demo over here, right? This is your program, and in this you have this main method, and in this you have these two variables, num1 and num2, and then you're adding them, then you are printing out the answer, that is the sum. Okay, quickly, what will be the output in this case? Quickly, guys. Prince, Adil, Sunny, Kavya, Nikita, Rohit, Prashant, Kishan, Sidrus, Pratik, Santosh. Quickly, guys. Just write a yes, no, is there any error? If no error is there, just write no error. If there is an error, write what is the error and how you can rectify it. Okay, missing error, comma. Okay, okay, great, guys. But what is this comma? So have you come across this word, or this alphabet over here, or you can see this word over here which is known as literal? Now what is the difference between a keyword and a literal? A keyword is there and it has a specific meaning, and that is it is reserved for specific purpose, like this static, like void. These are all your class, these are all your keywords. If, else if, these are all your keywords. But what you mean by literal? So literals are your, these curly braces, your double quotes, your this end of statement, semicolon, your, all of these things are your, these brackets, right? So all of these are your string literal, or not string literals, these are all your literals. Now what is happening over here? It is obviously, now here you can see the double quotes is missing. Now this type of error is known as the unclosed string literal. So you will see that the unclosing, that means you have an opening string literal but you don't have a closing string literal. So it will say that there's an error which is known as unclosed string literal. So this is the error that you will be getting, and a simple how you can rectify it, just put a double quotes over here and it will be sorted. Okay, Okay, is this thing clear? Is this type of error clear, which is known as the unclosed string literal? That means you have opened up your string but you're not closing it. Is this thing clear, guys? Quickly write in the chat. Yes, no, maybe. What about if I instead of writing this double quotes, what if I remove this thing? Will this work? Yeah, inverted comma missing. Yes, Hassan. Okay, correct. What if I remove this thing, right? What if I write SOP answer? Will this work? I removed the earlier string, that is the unclosed, the string literal that was the opening string literal. I removed that as well. Will this work? Yes, no. Okay, great, Prashant. You understood the earlier thing. What about the next thing? Is this thing clear? What if I remove this thing over here? Right? What if I remove this thing? These double quotes I removed from this. Then what will be the error? Will this work? So answer is not defined. Okay, great, excellent, guys. So this will be again an error which will say that your answer has not been defined. Answer is not defined. Okay, and this will be another error if you remove these double quotes. Okay, this we have already seen, right? Correct. No undefined statement. Okay, so this is not defined. So the first problem that we talked about, this was the first problem, cannot find the symbol, right? If something is undefined, it will say that cannot find the symbol, undefined symbol, right? Okay, cool. Now let's talk about the, is this thing clear, guys? So answer as a string must be in double quotes. Yes, Adil. Yes, correct. Okay, quickly, guys, just write a yes or no. Undefined. Correct. Undefined statement. Okay, so quickly write a yes or no so that we can move ahead with the next problem. Quickly, guys, I'm waiting for your response. Just write a yes or no. Okay, great. So now let's move ahead with the next problem. Now this is a problem, and in this we have this class over here, and in this we have this driver method over here, and in this we have defined 10 and 20. Then we are adding them up, and then we are printing them. So what will be the error in this, or is there any error in this, or will this work absolutely fine? Quickly, guys. Is there any error in this or no error? Just write a yes or no. Does type format or set influence intersection and example system? JR, does type format or set influence intersection and example system? JR, can you just rephrase whatever you said? Whatever you are trying to say? Quickly, guys. Is there any error in this class or in this particular code? Curly brace is missing. Okay. Error. Abhijit says no error. Adil says no error. Curly brace is missing. Okay. Yes, correct, guys. Absolutely right. Curly brace is missing. So there should be a curly brace over here. But what is the type of error that you will be getting? So it will be reached end of a while parsing. So that you have been parsing in this particular function, right? And then there is a parsing error. That means you have reached the end while parsing, but you could not find this curly brace. So reached end of the file is the error that you will be getting. So you reach the end of the file, and this while parsing means while traversing, right? So while traversing, now traversing means that one by one you are reading the lines, and at the end you didn't find this curly brace, and this is the error that you will be getting. Okay, Okay guys, is this thing clear? Okay, so now let me give you one more example before concluding this session. So let's suppose you have this uh, I will talk about these examples over here. Okay, so you have this int a and this is 10. Okay, there's an integer, integer a equal to 10, and now what I'm doing, I'm writing sop over here, that means system.out.println. There will be an error, Shakti, there will be an error, and it will be the curly brace that is not there, it will that's missing, and that is the error. Okay, so you wrote sop and then you wrote a plus plus, then you have sop, you have a minus minus over here, then you have sop, you have plus plus a, then you have sop a. So what will be the output? Int a has been defined as 10. What will be the output? You can write it in a single line. Okay, so whatever is the answer, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if you want to write it in a single line. So there will be possible 4 answers, one here, 2, 3 and 4. Quickly guys, what will be the output? Yes, closing curly bracket error. Yes, correct, Shakti, correct. What will be the error in this case? So you have an integer, this is regarding pre or you can say pre increment and post increment, pre decrement and post decrement. So this is somewhere around that domain, the question. Okay, this question. Quickly, what will be the output guys? So you should understand this thing. Whenever I'm saying pre increment or decrement, it can be anything, or post, that means after something, a plus plus, there's a difference. If there is a plus plus and there's a plus plus a, this means first increment and then assign. This means first assign and then increment. Okay, we have answers. Okay, 11, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11. Okay, we have different answers. Okay, cool. So now let's try to solve this over here. So basically I will try to explain this problem and then we will try to conclude this session. And so now we have 10, right? This means post increment. So first assign the value, that means 10 will be assigned, and then in the next step there will be an increment, so it will be 11, a will be 11. Then again this is first assign the value, then decrement, so the value will be 11 and then it will be decremented back to 10. Okay, then this is a pre-increment, that means first increment the value, that means it will be 11 and then assign, so 11 will be assigned, and finally the value of a is being printed, which is nothing but 11, so 11 will be printed. So all of you who answered 10, 11, 11 and 11, you are correct. Okay, so we have a lot of them. Great. 10, 11, 11, this will be the answer. Yes, Pratik, this will be the answer. Okay, great. So before signing off, I want to give you another question and let's see what will be the output in that case. Okay, so a simple question. So you have this if statement over here, and value of a is 10 and value of b is 20. I wrote if a is greater than b and system.out.println hello, and then the if statement is done, and in this we have written sop hi and else sop bye. So what will be the output in this case? Quickly guys, what will be the output in this case? So I have a equal to 10 and b equal to 20, then I'm checking if a is greater than b and sop hello, then I'm printing, if this statement is true, then I'm printing hi, else I'm printing bye. What will be the output? Okay, most of you are correct, it will be bye. Why? Because okay, this statement is false, then Will I go and check this statement? No. So that is why hello is not printed. It will only go to the next statement if and only if this statement would have been true. Only then it would have make sense to check the next statement, right? But in this case it was false, so it did not check that. And since this entire condition is false, so it will print by. But if I change this thing a little bit, if I change a little bit of scenario over here, so I will just change this thing. I will write hello, and then I will write or over here. What will be the output in this case, guys? I have changed this scenario a little bit. Now what will be the output in this case? Will it be by or will it be high? Finally ending with the code by using use. What will be the output in this case, guys? Hello, hi. Okay. Okay, hello, hi. Output will be hello, hi. Okay, great, great. Absolutely correct. So this statement is false, but or works in this fashion that it will still go on and check both the conditions, right? So this is false. Okay, don't worry about it. Let's check the another condition. So it checked this condition and it returned a value which is true, right? And it printed out this hello. So hello will be printed, and this condition is true because it will return some value, right? And then it will print hi, and then the else part obviously will not be executed. So the output will be hello, hi. By will not be the output, Pratik, in this case. Okay, cool, guys. Awesome. So this is it from this session, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this session. Okay, and I will see you in the next session. Maybe in that session we will talk about around more of these SOP statements and scanner statements. What do they return? How do they work? Okay, so we'll talk about them, and maybe we'll talk about some problems which are related to maybe exception handling or collection frameworks. Okay, thank you so much, guys, and stay safe. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and all the very best. Okay, and stay safe, stay inside. Thank you so much, guys. Can you please explain once again? So in this case, what happened? So basically I checked this condition was false, right? But still I went on and checked the next condition, because this is an or condition. Or means we'll be checking both the conditions. Okay, and then it checked this condition and it said that okay, we are printing out hello, so hello will be printed. And whenever you are dealing with this hello, right, whenever you are dealing with this SOP statements, you will be returning some value if the statement is printing out something, right? Most probably it will return the number of characters. So in this case it will return some integer value which can be anything, 5, 4, 6. In this case it might be 5, right? So the statement is true. Now if this statement is true, right, what do you mean by this thing? If 1 or if 4, if 5, if 6, it means true, right? Correct. If I have written while 10, what does it mean? It means this is a true, this is an infinite loop condition. Similarly, in this case, if there is an integer value, it means the condition is true. So that is why we are printing out this hi, and then we are not executing this thing. Okay, so this is what you mean by what is the output, that is hello and hi. Okay, all right, thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I'll see you in the next session. Okay.